It is the 23rd of January 2019. And we're just looking at this little collared dove, whom I'm quite sure is a female, who's become very quiet and thankful for some seeds that get put down. She's quite lovely, and she will actually eat out of your hand. I sit here and put them in my hand, although she's a bit wary of it. I don't know what she's doing. Seems to want something else. She's eaten all the good seeds. So it's a Wednesday morning, and I should be in there working. But I've checked my emails. The world isn't going to stop if I sit in the courtyard for a little while. And I thought I'd do a little update anyway before we get another burst of heat, which is predicted to come tomorrow and Friday. Sort of looking at 40-degree days. And one of the problems we have in this courtyard is that we get a lot of radiant heat from I think both the pavers, but also the buildings around us, our building included, which is brick. And they just heat up and radiate huge amounts of heat into the courtyard. And the last occasion of really high temperatures, we only had 4 or 5 hours of it, but it was enough to kill off a lot of stuff in the courtyard, cause a lot of damage. Most of the plants tend to come back. You leave that dove, Leo. She has to keep her wits about her, that little dove, because of this cranky little dog. Leo. Yeah, so the heat can really cause some damage. In any event, the courtyard garden, the summer garden, is kind of coming to an end. And I need to take a lot of stuff out soon. What you see in front of you here, which is obviously very dead, is a container that I take to a place at which I volunteer, and I basically rotate the containers around. So I put fresh plants in, fresh soil, and I take it in and bring out another container. So that's just a spare container that needs to be replanted. So have a little walk around. coffee. Tomatoes are starting to ripen. Hasn't been a great year for tomatoes, mostly because of vermin that's come in and taken it. You can see in here where tomatoes have been taken off the vine and chewed and whatever else. But the netting seems to solve it, and these tomatoes should be okay. What are you doing under there? What are you doing? Some basil, strawberry. This here is there's some poplars in the park. I think they're called silver poplars, and they're obviously huge trees. And I noticed a couple of weeks ago that they were putting up suckers all through the lawns of the park. And so I pulled one out and managed to get some roots with this particular one. So I planted it here, and it looks like it's alive, which is good. They have leaves which kind of feel very velvety on the back. So if that takes, I'll repot it and eventually take it out to the block. They're nice, it's deciduous, so it'd be a nice tree to take out. Some more strawberries here. Basil. Basil's done well this year. Some basil that just put in an old tomato tin, grown from seed. Some new spinach in, some of which was grown from seed, but I got a punnet a week or so ago, and you can see some rocket. That's what these little sprouts are. So hopefully there'll be a good row of rocket and spinach, which we use a lot of. A marigold, some more basil, marigold, and a very dead tomato which needs to come out. This is an example of a plant that really was affected by the heat a few weeks ago, and hasn't really recovered. You can see what I think are probably burn marks. A lot of leaves seem to be singed, and it actually is just looking a bit poorly. Probably needs a treatment of something, some fertilizer. It's gone through its flowering period, so it's probably a bit nutrient deficient, but I think the heat definitely did affect it. You want some more? Hollyhocks. This section was just, as I've said in a video before, meant to be all flowers to bring bees in, and it's worked really well. Some roses there. Some alyssum and some salvia. It's actually called catmint. Yeah. Walker's Blue, catmint Walker's Blue. Just very recently put some dahlias in here. They flower late summer and into autumn. This section all needs to come out now. It was very successful with sunflowers, red and yellow, underplanted with zucchinis and cucumber. The cucumber didn't work, it just got totally overtaken by the zucchinis. The zucchinis are persisting. Hey, shush, shush. Here, shush. Shush. Leah, shush. Yeah, the zucchinis are persisting. You can see a few more growing in here, but really need to take them out soon. I need the space. I need to let the soil recover a bit. But they've been very good. Produced a lot of zucchinis. We've eaten quite a lot. Given a lot away. Some little sunflowers still coming on. Some Tasmanian chocolate tomatoes in there. Some more Tasmanian chocolate tomato, very nearly ready. Some of the other side. They're a large tomato and a beefsteak variety. This I'm absolutely thrilled with. This is Minnesota midget rock melon, and they're meant to be sort of small, which they are, but that one's looking pretty good. There were a few others on this particular plant, but they seem to have died off. But I have some more on another vine growing over the other side. Little lemon gum, which will go out to the block autumn this year. As will the bottle brush here. Succulents doing well. Even the succulents can be affected by the heat. Chinese elm. This will also go out to the block in autumn. Should have gone last autumn, but just ran out of time. Of course, the golden elm and the Japanese maple did make it out, and they appear on a few videos. This crazy thing is Asian long melon, and it is incredibly vigorous. It has its root system in the corner here. It's grown all along the back fence. Indeed, over the other side of this fence. And I actually found it the other day had gone over this back fence here and had touched our neighbouring building over the back fence, so had to cut it back. In terms of fruit, I don't really know what I'm looking for, but I'm thinking that's probably fruit. Where am I? It has a white flower, and the fruit seems to come in behind the flower, which is pretty normal. But it's a very vigorous plant. I don't know whether it was sensible to plant it or not. Iceberg rose. Lots of roses this year on this plant. Canna lily. Mostly grown for just the foliage. The foliage itself is beautiful. I don't love the flowers so much. I do always forget what these are called. This is sedum, about to come into flower. They flower right into autumn, I think. Just some stuff growing at the base of the Chinese elm. Another zucchini growing here, which is starting to get a mildew on it now because we've had a bit of humidity. I'm probably watering it incorrectly by allowing too much water to hit the leaves. I try to put the water sort of underneath the leaf canopy, but it's a bit hard to do that. There's one big zucchini down there somewhere which has probably turned into a marrow. Once again, it keeps trying to fruit. I should take it out. This vigorous little plant which is growing over the border here, I don't know what it is actually. I had just let that truck go past. I thought that it came in a punnet of mixed hollyhock. And so I originally thought it was some kind of hollyhock, but I'm just not sure. I haven't done a lot of research, but it doesn't look anything like the other hollyhocks. It has a little tiny red flower, not overly attractive, certainly not very showy. But I've left it because I don't mind covering some of the pavers to reduce some heat. Allow a little spot for the dog to sit. So, yeah, I don't know what it is, but I should take it out soon. The hollyhocks have been amazing. And they just flower and flower and flower. Really great, really good structural plant. But now that I know what they look like and how they grow, I could probably use them more effectively and underplant them more effectively. Beautiful flowers. They do attract bees. Bees go right into the flower. ants tend to cover the leaves though, and have done all the while, all the time that I've had them. Ants have covered the actual leaves. And growing behind that here is another rock melon. And you can see there's more fruit. Which is good. So I reckon we might get sort of 5 little rock melons, which it's pretty amazing actually to grow in an inner city courtyard. And this is called white Madeira. I don't know what the botanical name is, but flowers fairly prolifically. Lavenders, French and English. Marigold everywhere, just because I've collected so much seed. I tend to scatter it about. No luck with the lemons at all. They just fall off. So I think it's obviously got some sort of virus, gall wasp or something in it. And haven't dealt with it properly. These are green grape tomatoes, which are probably ready now. The plants have struggled actually, really struggled, but the tomatoes should be fine. Sun's coming out now, so the bees have arrived. Yeah, so all in all, the summer garden has been pretty successful. It's obviously very vigorous, probably overgrown, but has given us a little bit of food and lots of enjoyment. Makes a really nice place to sit, and on the whole a success, but I'll start thinning it out soon. Right, back to work, little dog.